sparkly and shiny and pretty. This is a little cheesy. I never want to hear that song ever again. No, that doesn't sound good. What is this? How is everyone's weekend? Nice to see everyone. Again, I am Kelsey with Girl Music. Usually my bestie in life, my soulmate, Ashley, is next to me, but she is on maternity leave with her beautiful little baby girl, and we miss her here, but she is crushing it in being a mom, and that's the most important. So we are going to soldier on without her. Although, you know, we just do a little salute to our queen. But today we're going to jump into our first album reaction review of the year. And it's going to be Franz Ferdinand because that's what the people wanted. And I love going with what the people want. And oh darn, I have to listen to Franz Ferdinand, who was alive in 2002, 2003, when Franz Ferdinand just blew up the scene, now called indie sleaze, but back then it was this post-punk dance party. And Franz Ferdinand came out of nowhere and we loved them. Who doesn't still think Take Me Out is one of the best upper song of all time? I get so motivated with that song. I'm just over here, yeah, let's go, take me out. But they've also hit some major dry spells. They released an album, I think a couple years ago, not very rememberable, nothing to go back to really. They released a compilation album, which is kind of silly if you're still making music, but go for it, guys. Go for it. They are a Glasgow band. Love the Scots. We want more Scottish music, please and thank you. If you're Scottish and you play music, please send it to us. But I'm excited to dive into this album. It's been a very quiet news review kind of week. Again, we're still really getting into new music. And of course, with the horrific fires in LA right now, a lot of things are just kind of on hold, and I don't think we're really focusing on music right now, but I'm here too because I think it brings a little bright light into everyone's lives, and I hope this does too. But this album, again, is getting some very wishy-washy reviews. Some people love it, some people don't understand why it was made. I can't wait to find my own opinion. I'm thinking I'm gonna lean more in the middle, where I like it, I didn't love it, but maybe there are some really good songs that kind of harken back to that Take Me Out vibe, because I need a new anthem for this year. For right now, for today, I need a new anthem. We have Pitchfork giving it a 63. Shocker, no shocker. I don't think they like music anymore. But then we have someone who I do trust, which is Enemy and Rolling Stone. Both gave it an 80. So I'll take the B-. I think that's a great review. I'm gonna hopefully have the same. We will find out. So let's kick into it, guys. I have lyrics for you. I know, don't be too shocked. I did a little OBSing, and we got it to where we can look at some lyrics, because maybe it's just I'm getting old. Oh no. I just need lyrics now to understand anything in music, and it's bad. Is this age? Is this my processing is not working? I don't know. Please help. Please help. But let's kick into Franz Ferdinand's 2025 album, The Human Fear. Kicking it off with The Human Fear is the very first song called Audacious. Let's go.
Freeze or run.
This is kind of anthemic. Loved that ending. Loved the abruptness. I think that's a really fun way to start an album. Just make it a little more anthemic and like set the kind of scene of what the album is going to be like. It's really giving adulthood for Franz Ferdinand, which is really cool. I think they are really unique in their songwriting in terms of like, they make it seem very superfluous. There we go. In their verbiage. But really at the end of the day, they're really just talking about very human things, and the human fear, you know, being that this life isn't over until we don't know it's over. Think about that one. That's a lyric. It's a lyric. I really enjoyed how they set that one up. I think it's fun. I think it's anthemic. I think it's a banger. Someone said they didn't like that song, and I was like, oh God, here we go. The beginning is really not. They did say it was like an end of, like the halfway through the end is better, but I really enjoyed that so far. So I don't trust. Apparently I can't trust critics anymore. I don't believe any of you. Sorry, except myself. The second song is called Everydaydreamer. Already, I have to shout this out for Ash. This is her theme song. Obviously, my little Pisces brain, she's constantly daydreaming, so maybe this is the perfect anthem for her. I'm excited.
No, I'm fine. I just need time to let my mind relax. No, this life isn't over until we don't know it's over. It began. Oh, well, I'm an everyday dreamer.
You know, I think they were really actually inspired by, they did a super group with the pop duo Sparks called FFS, and came out with an album, Franz Ferdinand Sparks. And I really think they picked up on that pop sensibility from Sparks, because this is a lot less post-punk and a lot more 60s, 70s kind of pop vibe. Ah, interesting. I don't hate it, guys. This is fun, but I hear the pop versus the post-punk take me out vibes. So interesting. It's so sparkly and shiny and pretty. And it's honestly giving me Islands vibes. Remember Seasons Change? It sounds like that sound. And I don't hate it from Franz. I wish it was a little bit more pop punky, but we'll see. We'll see.
Don't put a good dream down. Don't put a good dream down. Every dream goes. Every dream goes. Every dream goes. Every dream goes.
That was really pretty, I think. Oh my God, we're just, holy smokes. They are really taking this pop and driving it into their sound. It is so different from what I thought it was going to be. I truly do think they took some inspiration from working with Sparks, which is so cool because Sparks came out with a documentary and kind of blew themselves up again in the best ways possible. And it's fun to kind of see the influence from someone who's so... Franz Ferdinand is influenced by LCD or, you know, all those kinds of post-punk bands. But in here, you can hear the pop, you can hear the synth. It's a little bit more 80s, less guitar heavy, more reliant on other instruments. Very curious. I know they got a new drummer who is a female, which is awesome, but I wonder what kind of journey they took to get to this sound and why this sound now. I'm gonna do some research while we listen to the third song called The Doctor. Like out of the 80s, guys. We're running up hills.
Well, I said to the doctor, I don't want to go home. Though I feel just a little bit better. Doctor, I've become accustomed to this level of infection. Doctor.
Okay, there we go with a little bit of that dancey punk vibe. That was a little bit more that. So chat, I did some research. The album, The Human Fear, shockingly, is all about fear. Fear of various different things. This one, The Doctor, was about the fear of leaving an institution. This one coming up, I think, is a song about just the underlying fear of fear. But it's clearly, we have a few coming up that's like the fear of leaving a relationship, the fear of committing to a relationship. So just kind of the human experience wrapped up in one terrifying album about fear. But it is very fun. So they said on AP, they did a little interview with the band, and they said, fear is fascinating because fear is universal. We all experience fear. We all experience the same fears, but how we respond to it is individual. And that's how we find out who we are, who our personalities are, and overcoming fear feels good. And I think that's really cool. That's a really unique take on an album, I think. So really looking forward to kind of the later half of this album where I've heard it gets a little bit more fun. So let's continue on. We're going with Hooked. I hooked ya. Wow, this is straight out of the 80s. What is happening? We have some serious synth happening in these songs. Okay. I don't know about this one.
Everybody here got the human fear, so that's alright with me.
This is a little cheesy.
I took the fear, I hit the tent, but tell the North, give me some more.
Why did that just invoke in me? First off, this is really cheesy. I can tell I already don't love this. He says, Hotel du Nord, give me some amour. And that instantly makes my mind think of Empire Records' Say No More, Mon Amour by Rex Manning. Please, let's get Rex Manning into this conversation.
I thought I knew what love was, and then I met you. You got me hooked. Oh, you got me hooked. Oh,
Why do I just see like muscle builders behind them in a music video just doing some like hooked, like some power jacked movements? Why is this is too much.
oh, you got me. I got obsession.
I don't know if I can take this one. Seriously. Not hooked to this one, let me tell you.
And then I met you. You got me hooked. You got me hooked. You got me hooked.
I just can't laugh harder.
You got me hooked.
It's a funky beat. It's a funky beat. It is. I give it that. But like the cheese level is like up here. When I cringe over cheesy things. So this is like, duh. It's painful. Ugh. Sick people.
You got me.
Like the sweaty, oily men behind the band doing power jack workouts.
You got me. That's alright. That's alright. You got me. More and more. You give me more and more. But that's alright. That's alright. You got me.
Oh my God, guys, that was so silly. I never want to hear that song ever again. I never, ever, ever. Please, let's yeet it off this planet. That was, oh God. That was like filler. I don't know. It just didn't fit. It didn't fit. I disliked that severely. Oh, please. Let's never talk about it again. Next song is Build It Up. Please let it not be what we just listened to. Okay. We've got a guitar this time, guys.
About our differences, and we don't talk.
Now this is giving Red Hot Chili Peppers vibes. This is all over the place.
It seems so critical to speak. Build it up, build it up. You gotta get some, take some.
Okay.
Fix it up, you gotta break some. You gotta open up, you gotta share. Build it up, build it up. You gotta get some, take some. chapter.
Okay, still a little bit on the cheese factor, but I really did like that funkiness in it. Gave a little Red Hot Chili Peppers. There's so many influences you can hear on this. It's bizarre because I feel like they didn't sound like anyone back in the day. They were their own world, their own genre, their own sound or whatever. And now you can hear just a lot of life, a lot of music also be kind of seeped into this. And it makes for a new Franz Ferdinand, but I don't know if it's one that we want yet. I'm not super sold. I do miss the punkish attitude. Their next song is called Night or Day. I don't even know what to expect anymore. Jangly piano keys, apparently.
Look forward to every day, oh my.
Okay.
Some days are just here to try. Sometimes it's every night. If I can be around.
Yeah, so there's this whole album is it's called The Human Fear. It is about just various fears that we all experience as humans. So like fear of a relationship, fear of failure, all that kind of stuff. But it's as I sit here and think about it, it's so funny that they started out so in their own world, own sound, whereas most people start off sounding like other people. And I feel like it's just Uno reversed itself. And now they're sounding like so many other people. It's hard to take their first iteration of themselves. It's hard to take that seriously. Like I feel like they're just goofing with us right now. I don't know. I don't know.
Life's never gonna be easy, but if you're living it with me, we're gonna live it up night or day. Well,
Now this is just giving like Broadway vibe. Like this one's super theatrical and big, and I think their previous music had that, but now it sounds muddled with influences that I don't love.
I'll never get bored of you or the thing that you do. I wanna live a life with you, no life fears you, night or day, night and day.
Okay, that was definitely way more Franz Ferdinand-y than the rest of the album thus far. Still a little different, but has got some really good moments in that song. I haven't added a single song to my favorites list yet, which is not a good sign. It's not giving. We move on to Tell Me I Should Stay. Is anybody hearing this? Now we have a ballad piano? Y'all. Okay. Let me just say, compare this to Take Me Out. It's a vast difference. Am I in Phantom of the Opera? What's going on? Y'all, am I being punked right now? Are we in Nightmare Before Christmas?
It's time to feel our fingers combine in a tea leaf tangle, which is
No,
mine.
that doesn't sound good. That didn't sound good. That sounded so weird, and I hated that. I hated that transition. Oh my God.
No, it's your heartbeat. No, it's my heartbeat.
No.
Light me a bougie candle. Now this son of a tailor says he'll keep a stitch for every day he's gone. How long? What should we do? Come on, kiss me now. Kiss me while I'm
The Beach Boys now? What? I swear to God, I'm being punked. That was a straight up ripoff of the Beach Boys right there. Okay, we're back to Beach Boys. Oh, here we go back into the opera. I have tons of problems with that song. Tons of problems. Where do I start? I'll go with you, Martin. How would you feel about this album if each track were performed by a different group or artist? As a whole, I think that's a cool concept. Each writes about a fear that they have that's pretty universal, and it's different. I like that idea so much more than the fact that this is just a Franz Ferdinand album. I don't know who produced that last song, but the opera intro into that like pop jangly thing was so jarring and didn't flow, I think, how they thought it would flow in their brain. It's I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. And then you go to a full ripoff of the Beach Boys. Wild. What happened, Franz Ferdinand? Like, I fear they've lost their way. I fear they've lost the plot. Please. Oh God, if the rest of this is just this crazy shit, it's going to be a 1 for me, dog. Okay. Red Hot Chili Peppers. Again. You hear it.
They can never turn cat into dog.
What?
Get back on the outside.
Now we're in country. I don't know where this album's going, guys.
How good does the world have to feel of being sick of living inside? Now take it outside. Back on the outside.
Yeah, I totally agree. That's my biggest problem too, is that there have been albums that have had just a universal theme and then like writing within it, but there's cohesion within there. This was just like, let's just balderdash and mix up some fun ideas and who knows what comes out. Like, I don't know where the line, the thorough line is on this one, because they sometimes sound like their old sound and then they go completely out of nowhere past the ballpark down the street to a bar. That's where they are. Like, bizarre, just so bizarre for the sake of being bizarre. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand this album at all. Oh, good God. I'm just being punked. I'm absolutely fucking being punked. Are you? We're now in polka? Polka?
Saw the snake out of the Rocky in the trees of green fish stack. Yeah, black eyelashes wait for me.
Oh yeah, you can hear the oppa happening in the background of the song. What is this? Y'all, we are on a fucking journey, and thank God we only have like 2 songs left, because this album's a 1. There's nothing going to save this album.
Black eyelashes come back, dark memories retract.
Oppa! Okay, here's the thing. That would have been a really cool song if it flowed into the entire album if the entire album had a cohesive thought, it would fit in. And that was really pretty. And I love that he's hearkening on maybe his heritage. I'm not sure. But what? Like, should we start taking bets as to what the next few songs genres are going to be at this point? Like, I think we should take bets. Like, what's the craziest genre we can think of? Like, watch the next songs like hyper pop folk or something insane like that. Like, oh God, I'm just looking at these lyrics and I already know it's gonna be weird, guys. Why?
It's on the corner of the Golden Guy.
This is all you had to do, Franz. This is all you had to do within this sound. This is what we wanted.
Of the night, of the night. Follow me so close. It's on the corner of the Golden Guy. Night, night, by the end of the night, there'll never be an end to the night. It's hard to come home. It's hard to come home when it's so dark. Hard to come home. It's uncertain, but the curtain fell when you were away.
Okay, that's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. You can do so much with that sound, guys. That's all I wanted. So much better. But also, once again, now we're in an album where nothing makes sense and nothing sounds cohesive by any means. I'm just like, I don't even like that. Like, I wouldn't even re-listen to that song at this point because I just have terrible PTSD from listening to this entire album at this point. Terrible, terrible. I am just... I'm sad, guys. I love Franz Ferdinand. I really do. Take Me Out, that whole first album of theirs was the first 3 albums of theirs were so iconic and groundbreaking in a way and fresh. And I think they missed the mark. Also, how are they going to tour this? People are not going to be... Imagine if you miss this album but you went to the tour in hopes that you'll see like the old bangers and you get the Greek polka song. You're going to be for a world of hurt and pissed. It's going to be a weird tour, guys. The Birds.
What a release.
Great.
Another mangy pigeon.
Another mangy pigeon?
Picking up the crumbs
Another mangy pigeon? That's really a funny lyric.
on the bum. We all do things that we wish we hadn't done. Is that what we want to be with?
Yes.
We all do things that we wish we hadn't done. All right.
A weird ending. A great song. So old school Franzy, but nope. Nar, guys. That whole album is a big flop for me. I don't know about y'all, but if I could give it a 0, I would. I give it a 1 because there are 2 songs out of that entire album I would maybe listen to again. That was life. The last 2 songs were better than the weird album that came before it. I've been waiting to say some of these hilarious reviews, but I just want to say, Enemy, you lied to me. They said the Scottish indie heroes face their fears with a statement of intent that's shamelessly Franzy as fuck. You mean to say they face their fears with chaos, insanity, and desperation and clinging. We also have Rolling Stones say their new album is their best in 15 years. I'd like to disagree with that so deeply. But then let's go to the fun, shitty reviews. I like this one from Spill Magazine. It's a pity as there are some good ideas here and Franz Ferdinand deserves some plaudits for not simply playing the hits or falling victim to the siren song of nostalgia. Totally agree. And Hooked is genuinely good effort, but the human fear ends as an uneven uneven effort of a band pulling in multiple directions. That sums it up in a way I could never. Thank you, John Porter, the writer of that, because that's exactly how I feel. It's just insane. I don't get the 80% at all. I don't think it lives up to any kind of hype, but those first 3 albums, oh my God, the self-titled, you could have said it so much better. Like, oh my God, those were genius albums. And this one just lost its damn mind. I wonder how their fans are kind of taking to this. I haven't seen anyone that's like the biggest Franz Ferdinand fan be like, this is great or this is bad. I haven't seen anything. So I'm so curious to see how they're going to, if they're going to continue on this journey of let's just throw anything at the wall and see if it sticks. Yeah, it's I don't know. Yeah, just big letdown here, Franz. Big ol' letdown. I give it a 1 on a good day. I'm so sorry, y'all. Although sometimes listening to bad albums is fun because you can just slowly watch me go crazy that I have to finish it. But I love you guys so much. Thanks for hanging out with me during that slog, but we made it. And hopefully we'll listen to some better music on Wednesday and Friday. Fingers crossed. I love you guys. Have a good night. Bye.